Today we're going to talk about how to deal with request resilience. So let's do that. As usual, we're going to start with the without API as a project. So to deal with request resilience, we can use a dedicated package provided by Microsoft called microsoft.extension.http.resilience. I should have something like that here. Yeah, that one. So we will install that one. Okay, and then we just have to head to the MAUI program, and there into the StarCellar API refit configuration, we could just resilience. Do we have something like resilience? Yeah, we do. Add standard resilience handler. That's what I want. So just add the standard resilience handler to deal with network failures, applying some retrying strategies or something like that. It's all built in and provided by Microsoft. You just have to add standard resilience handler to your refit configuration and you're ready to go. Now with that in place, if I do want to make sure that my resilience handler actually handle any resilience failure, I do have to change things into my API to emulate some kind of network failure. So I'm gonna head to my wines handler and just return some kind of failure like type results like 500. And there I should be good to try my resilience handler. So let's try it. So let's see what happened. Hopefully it should fail. Yeah, with the 500 internal error. So if we look at the output now, we should see some retries. Yeah, that one. And some retry attempt. Yeah, the third one, So we should have some more up there. So with just an extension provided by Microsoft, that one, we did handle any network failure. So let's see how to do that now with API, the project. So to do that, I'm going to do the quite same thing. I mean, installing the package, the same one. All right. And now what I have to do is just close that one and open this one. Yeah, right MAUI program, and then heads to the add Apizr, the options, and here I'm gonna try to configure HTTP client builder dot that one, add standard resilience handler. That's all. It's quite the same thing. I'm just registering standard resilience handler provided by Microsoft. We just have to do that into the configure HTTP client builder. So let's try that. Hopefully it should fail and retry the same way it did with the without API as a project. Yeah, the same failure, all right. And let's see the output. We should see our third retry, that one. And it's the third one. Well, That's quite simple. I mean, you just have to install the package from Microsoft and just register as standard resilience handler, and it's handled by default. If you do want deeper configuration to how the resilience handler actually handle network failure, you can do that by configuring the standard resilience handler. It provides some kind of configurator exposing some retry options or rate limiter options or any options dedicated to this resilience handler. So you can tune any of these settings. If you do want even deeper configuration about that, you can do that. Let's head to the API, the documentation, and see what it tells about it. You can see that you can configure by providing your settings, I mean your resilience settings, into an app settings JSON. Provide your configuration to the resilience handler like that. And you can see that you can do it manually, like I just did. But if you do want more custom configuration, you can do that with Apizr without using the standard resilience handler, but just by decorating your API or even any method of your API with the right resilience strategy to apply. So let's see how to do that. We can do that by just configuring your resilience strategies using the official documentation of Poly. So I will just copy and paste that configuration for the example and apply it to our example. So I will just remove that and I will just past that example, which is just a retry strategy, which handle any response message, any request exception, and status code with the internal server error. So now I defined my pipeline builder. I have to register it into my container builder.services.add resilience pipeline. It's a pipeline builder. Pipeline builder. Yep. And from there, I have my resilience strategies all registered in my container with that name, transient HTTP error. It's my custom name, and it's the name I will use to decorate my API, for example. There's nothing more to do here. Nothing to tell to Apizr at that level, I mean at registration level. It can be done at design. So here I will say that I want to apply my resilience strategy, resilience pipeline, called, let's copy that, called transient HTTP error, like that. And here I'm saying that I want to apply that strategy, that pipeline, to any request of StarCellar API. But as I decorated only my API called StarCellar API, it won't be applied to any other API in my assembly, just to that one. If I do want to apply that strategy, that pipeline, at method level, I can do that just by decorating the same way here. Okay, so now let's see if it handles my network failure. Let's try it. Hopefully, we should see the same output. I mean, my internal server error, and if we look at it into the output, we should see our 3 attempts. As you can see, it failed and it has been resent with some retry strategy as we told Apizr to do that. So we should see somewhere that, yeah, that one, that Apizr detected that we do want to apply that, for instance, HTTP error strategy to our request. So it tells you that it will be applied, and it has been applied. As you can see, we have our 3 retries down there. Okay. Well, don't hesitate to head to the documentation to get more and more info. So stay tuned.